So I'm going to launch the designer now and can actually configure a project here so we can see how easy it is to get going. And the demonstration we're going to do is not something that's going to be really detailed. It's to highlight the important features of the product, from the ease of use of the designer and to how easy it is to launch a client and how updates work. So we log in here. The designer, I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to call it demo. I'm going to start with one of our sample skeleton projects, the single tier nav north. I'm going to go ahead and create that project. And the designer here is included with the product. You don't pay anything extra for it. And it supports concurrent development. So that means you can have multiple people working on the same project at the same time. That's an important note to hit, that they can open up the designer. They have it included in their installation. And so I'll do a very simple demonstration first to show the basic features. And first we'll create some tags. So I'll go over here to my tags, browse the OPC server to see there's my micrologics, my simulator. I'll go in and I'll bring in some tags into Ignition. From the devices, especially the simulator here, I can bring all these folders in, and we can basically show that Ignition's a live designer. We can see the values before we go into the runtime. I can then go to a screen, and like this main window 1 here in the skeleton project, I can delete these things, and I could basically drag on these tags to create a simple screen. I can make a tank. I can drag things on as an numeric label and an LED display, and I can even do control, which can drag tags on here as multi-state buttons or two-state toggle buttons. We can rapidly create a real-time status control screen. And this is really a nice, quick way of getting going with these tags. And there's lots of other things we can bring on, various rich components and SVGs and drawing tools and vector graphics that we can bring on the screens, and we can, of course, stylize them and do more. So I usually will bring a meter on to the screen, drag a tag onto the meter, and basically that hooks up one of the properties of that component to that tag directly for us. So it keeps it nice and simple as we move forward. And I'll even show a nice draw a little arrow or something. It's how we can take a tag like this N79. I can drag down to the fill paint of that component, and I can set the color. So if it's 0, make it red. If it's a 1, I can make it green, and so on and so forth. The idea is to show how easy it is to get going with the product and how the drag and drop of tags really help you create these real-time status control screens. Once you have that, go ahead and save the project. Then we can go back to our browser, and we can go to the home page to launch the actual runtime. This is where I'll actually launch a couple of them. I'm not going to just launch one. I'll put 2 of them on the screen side by side so we can see the application have a couple of them, especially when the updates happen. We make a change to that project. So I'm going to log into the first one here, put it over here left, log into the second one. So I have now 2 clients open. Put them side by side. You can see they're still on the same screen. If I go over and change a tag on one, you can see, of course, it updates on both there. So that's how easy it is to get going with some real-time status control. Now, if we want to do some history, we can go back to Designer, and it's the same place to do all of our configuration. I can right-click on these tags, edit. I can go to history, store it to database, select our database, select how often we want to log it. Real simple way. Ignition's going to create all the tables and start logging the data. It's going to take care of all the work for us. Now we can go to another screen. We can put on the screen an easy chart component, which is designed to minimize configuration. We just drag these tags on, and I can start seeing the history of those tags right away. And we always now will show the tag browse tree in here on the runtime. And then we'll put it to the left-hand side of the chart. We'll go ahead and save our project. And now it's really important to go back to the runtimes to show that there is an update available at the top, that we can have hundreds of clients open throughout the network. It's really easy to go around and open them. There's no installation needed for that client. And as we make changes, as the project changes or as we upgrade the server, those clients will automatically get updates. We click on the updates, and they will see all the changes that exist. And so here at this point, I will go and look at that chart a little bit more. I'll show how we can zoom into particular parts of it, how we can right-click and do X traces, and how it's just simply built in. How the customer can actually go in, and they could pick and choose which tags they would like to drag on and look at for history. So it's very much can be an ad hoc chart. And so that is typically what I show with Ignition. If the customer is more technical, we can go into more pieces. That's where I want you to know your product. Know how to create simple alarms. Know how to create alarm history, alarm notification. Know how to do a template and a UDT. If you can design some basic features of the product, and show them when they have questions, it really solidifies in their mind this product is powerful and easy and that there's a lot of capability there.